What's up? I doubt it. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Picks and Sticks podcast, a fun music podcast where four great friends talk about the music, bands, and songs that they love. I'm Moro.
I'm Gordo.
I'm Cecil.
And I'm Huff.
And this is Picks and Sticks.
On this episode of the podcast, we bring you the Golden Era trilogy from Iron Maiden. Good evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you're listening to this thing. How's everybody doing? Gentlemen,
hello.
You guys look great,
You
as
look
always. I didn't get the memo on the white t-shirt, though.
Dude,
You guys
I
are,
only own black or white t-shirts
Yeah.
now. I don't wear anything with writing. It's just black
That's it,
tees,
eh?
white tees. Open my drawer, you just see black and white, man. I've become a psychopath.
So Cease and Gordo must have thought we were doing Beastie Boys again because they're both wearing plain white t-shirts.
Looks like we're going to go do an oil change or something.
I'm wearing the same thing I always wear. Black t-shirt.
Mine's white and yellow, though, if I lift my arms.
Yeah, Moro thinks we're doing Metallica.
We're always doing Metallica.
That's true. We are always
That'll come up in this episode.
100%. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. So,
What's going to come up? Their cover of Iron Maiden? I read
they didn't do a Maiden
I
song,
read
did they?
Metallica covered the song Iron Maiden. I couldn't find it. So I don't know if it's true.
Really?
I didn't do much research. Maybe I'm
I don't think they've ever covered Maiden. They've ripped them off,
Yeah.
but a lot of bands did.
Were they pioneers?
Is this the opening comments? We're just going to shred Metallica now. I
Yeah.
like it.
You know,
I love it.
we're coming out hot. It's not, yeah, sorry. We got
ridiculous.
I wrote down a number of things, unless, I don't know, does anyone have anything that they want to talk about?
I'm in. Go.
It was funny, the Picks and Sticks curse, right after Cecil on his trivia last episode talked about Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. Well, they changed their name now.
What? Get out.
Yeah, they are Spike and the Gimme Gimmes because Fat Mike retired from touring. He was a co-founder, and there weren't really any other original members left. So they changed the name, but in any event, Spike, what's his name, Slauson or something like that, the Swingin' Utters guy, he's the front man, and then the dude from Lagwag and Joey Cape is the other original member still remaining. So a little bit of an update there. The other update that I had was I posed the question about where did this whole California punk rock sort of thing come from?
California.
Yeah, exactly. Well, apparently Social Distortion is credited for putting California on the punk map. And I didn't realize this, but Social D was formed in 1978. Right? So, well, yeah, they've been around for a long time. I didn't realize that.
How
So
old
that's
is Mike Ness then?
yeah, no kidding, eh? He's going to be up there with Iron Maiden in their 70s.
Did you see? Oh fuck! I saw a documentary on Social D, and they toured through Calgary, and Calgary was in the documentary.
No way.
And they stayed in an old heritage house up by Rocky Ridge, just off Crowchild Trail, where there's a skateboard ramp in the back.
Mhm.
And they show them like hanging out at this house in Calgary, chilling, partying, dudes
No shit.
skating. Yeah,
Wow.
Calgary's got a piece in the dock.
Nice.
Wow. Interesting. Well, yeah.
Can't remember which dock though. So good story. Jeez.
That'd be. Yeah. So anyway, so Social D, it was funny. They were formed in 78 and then 12 years later. So in 1990, they had a top 10 hit called Bad Luck, which we're all familiar with, went number 2 on the charts. And then,
Nice.
they toured in 1990 with Neil Young as the opener. They were the first band. Do you remember who the second band was? A little trivia ahead of Cecil's trivia.
Sorry, I got lost there.
Do you remember
Who
that?
opened? Neil Young.
So it was
opened for-
Neil Young was the headliner. Then there was a middle band, and then the opening band was Social Distortion.
Get out.
This is a blast from the past.
Weird
Stampeders?
combination.
No, it wasn't the Stampeders. It wasn't just a Calgary tour.
How would
it was
Social D and Neil Young?
right?
Well, Social D, if you think about back to Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell, they're not country, but they do have, like, they cover a lot of country artists, right?
Right.
Like if you think about it, they actually do. So, and not that Neil Young is country, that's not what I'm saying, but just that it's they weren't like punk rock. I don't think like real. I mean, they did have some stuff, but they also like Bad Luck and a lot of stuff on Somewhere Between Heaven and Hell. I don't know if I would.
Just tell me the band,
It was a
man.
little bit different. It was Sonic Youth.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's an odd bill.
It is an odd bill. It's like three, but Neil Young, for whatever reason, used to tour with Sonic Youth quite a bit. So,
What?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Anyway,
What's the singer for Sonic Youth? She played with Nirvana at that tribute a couple months back.
It's not
They had all girl singers, didn't they? For a few songs?
for the tribute,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know a lot about Sonic Youth. I got to be honest.
Same.
But I do remember the band. I do remember sort of a couple of songs. But if you gun to my head, needed to name one, I don't think I could.
No, I remember their T-shirts.
But
What's it called when a newspaper has like a headline and a week later they issue a little statement saying, "Oh, we're sorry we were incorrect." What's that? There's a term for that. Do you remember what that is?
Retraction?
A retraction. Thank you.
that'd be
I made an error and I need to do a retraction from last week's podcast.
Okay, you have the
I just
floor.
remembered. I said, and I believe,
sorry. Only one,
one that can be proven.
one that we know of.
I said very factually at the time and very authoritatively, and I was 100% confident that Iggy Pop was from the UK. That is incorrect.
Is this a Kevin Mojica situation?
Yeah, he's from
love
Detroit,
Kevin.
actually. He's so there you go.
That's incredible.
Where did you say Mojica was from? He's from Mexico. He's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
From Jersey. Like Jersey is so funny.
Mine might have been worse.
thought he's from Mexico.
Oh my God. God, where else?
Mojica.
Fucking Kevin Mojica. Yeah,
Does he have new albums?
I don't
never
know.
looked.
What was that? Was that the Christmas album
Yeah.
or the Christmas episode we were talking about? Anyway, if you want the funny Kevin Mojica situation, go back and listen to that episode. Oh, hey, a little bit of new news. Did you hear that Public Enemy is coming?
No.
Is anybody up for a Public Enemy show?
Dude,
September the 10th?
Grey Eagle, probably?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I saw Cypress Hill 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So glad I went. I had
How
so
was
much-
that? Who did they play with? Any other bands?
They had. It was a BC
Black Sheep?
indigenous hip hop, snot nosed brats, something like that. They were good too.
Really? Good for them.
Yeah, they were really good. So we'll fact check that
Was-
next time.
Yeah. I was like, you just talking out
How
of
was
our
the
ass.
smoke? Were
I
people,
love it.
was security busting the smoke, or was
No
it
one-
puffing? Was it a hot box?
I think security was smoking.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's one of those where you know going into it that you just
It's
a
weird
lost
though
cause.
with weed legal. Last time I went to the Grey Eagle, I had a bag of weed in my pocket. You put it on the table when you walk through security, and you pick it up after you walk through security. Fine, there's no worries.
Really?
The big freaking bag of dope. It's legal. Yeah, they watch.
And can you? But Grey Eagle, I mean, in the casino you can smoke. Can you smoke in the event center or no?
Don't think
No,
no,
but they
they.
don't care.
But they're just like, listen, we're getting $100
I
ahead
didn't
here.
smell any tobacco.
No, there wasn't anyone out there with a Rothmans.
Dude, be real. Went through 3 absolute fucking cannons to himself. It was incredible. I was close enough I could see. Dude, he had these huge bats, and then he goes in for another one. It was incredible.
Well, that's good to see that they're keeping it real. They're not.
Oh yeah.
So it was good. That would have been amazing. I missed that. That's a stupid one to miss. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to myself.
Yeah, I wish I would have gone to that show too. So anyway, Public Enemy, they're touring. They're hitting the local neighborhood.
ZZ Top's there next week, eh?
Oh, they were.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're the snotty nose res kids.
Right.
I was close.
Yep. Yeah,
They were good.
you're in the ballpark, and that was it. They only had the one opener.
Yeah.
Okay. Or did you show up late and you missed the opener?
That could have been
That could have been it too? Yeah. Okay. I know you fairly well, and I know the odds of you showing up when the doors open is like 0.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm worse.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
I'm the worst.
Yeah. I remember that with that Clutch show that we missed we just caught the tail end of, was it Orange Goblin that I wanted to see?
Yeah, it was Orange Goblin.
Yeah.
We saw one song, didn't we?
Yeah.
Maybe two.
Yeah, I was like, we got to go see Orange Goblin, and then we didn't see him.
Didn't we miss Royal Blood too?
That was Foo Fighters. I wasn't at that show.
Didn't they open for Sabbath? Am I fucking?
I think Foo Fighters. You're right.
I think they
Royal
did.
Blood opened for Sabbath, and we showed
We
up
missed
late.
it.
And fucking
No
missed it.
way.
Yeah.
That can't be it. Really?
That's upsetting.
Yeah, Royal Blood opened for Sabbath, and we showed up late.
Oh my God, that's the
Yeah.
beauty of having a bad
Am
memory.
I fucking? Or am I fucking? Is that the weed talking?
Again, we're just talking out of our asses usually.
I don't.
But you know what? Like that would be very upsetting. And now if that is actually true, now I'm going to carry that with me for the next 15 years. So thanks a lot. Just regrets.
What's the story on Kevin Mojica?
Well, he's releasing tunes.
Yeah,
recently?
yes. A single called "Lies in Disguise." Yeah.
That's 2019.
Oh. What about Kevin?
I think Kevin is he's working at Chick-fil-A in Jersey now.
White Castle.
He's at the White Castle.
Tracks EP. By
There you go.
Mojica on Apple Music.
Riveting podcasting as we're staring at the
Well,
screen.
maybe later we'll
Yeah.
sample some of his.
Can I confess something that I'm really not proud of?
Absolutely.
I
This is it's a tight knit table.
Is
It's a
this-
circle of
It's a
trust.
safe place.
Yeah.
Safe place.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm very, as you know, I think I told the story. The other story, why all the stories that I tell that I'm really not proud of always involve my lawn. Remember, I vacuumed my lawn. I think I told that.
I just
Sorry.
vacuumed my backyard today.
Backyard's different. At least it's cement. Anyway, I vacuumed my lawn when I spilt the fertilizer, so I did that. So anyway, we're in spring, sort of early summer, whatever, and female dog, she's pissing all over the lawn. I got all these brown spots. So now you gotta attack it, right? So I dig up all the brown spots, and then I put the seed down, and I got the dirt in the, I'm following the instructions. I got it all dialed in. I'm watering it meticulously. Got to keep it moist. Well, it's 30 degrees Celsius outside, so I'm just hitting it with water all over the place. Anyway, problem I have is that the birds eat the goddamn seed, and the squirrels dig them up and hide their fucking nuts in it. And then I go through the whole year with dirt all over the place and nothing grows. And then I get more brown spots because of the dog. So anyway, I go out there. It's like I go downstairs to make my breakfast. It's 7:30, something like that. And I look outside and I see a fucking squirrel digging, like in full digging mode, right in the back lawn. And I see him. And I'm like, you little bastard. And I go outside we lock eyes. he stares at me and he freezes, right? And I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? So I walk down. He does, so that noise I was telling you about earlier, that stupid noise, when they're really close, quite loud. And this is a big, I was going to say cat. He looked like a cat. Hops up on the fence and is just squirrel noising me.
Belligerent.
Just like it wouldn't stop. And I go and I look over and there's a peanut buried in where my grass seed is supposed to be. And I'm like,
did it.
I'm so mad. And I go in and I grab the peanut and I show it to him. And then I swear at him. And then I go inside and I throw the peanut into the compost. And then I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
Well,
So anyway, I just wanted to confess that because I feel like a bit of an asshole, but
I'm glad you did.
you know, I'm trying to shore up my lawn, and he,
Slam the lid on the compost after he jumps in.
yeah, I was so mad, and then I'm like, oh, I just took that dude's food. I could have at least thrown it in the neighbor's yard or something. Like,
Give it to Will and Anita. Why not?
right?
Yeah, we just saw that squirrel out back before we came down here, and your reaction was a little unnatural.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm like, there's something happening here. I was like, hey, look at the little squirrel. Oh, I fucking hate squirrels.
I hate squirrels. I'm in a war
I
right
don't
now.
mind squirrels.
I love squirrels.
I had one that come up my front step for a few weeks, going on now, a week or two. It wasn't very long, and I started hand feeding him like this, like feeding right.
No way.
Squirrel is fucking tame. A few days later, he's just lying on my front porch dead. He wasn't tame. He just couldn't get away. I think he was dying. You know, he probably was scared
He gave him
shitless.
his last meal.
So I feed him for a few days. I'm like, oh my god, I'm squirrel whisperer. But no, he was sick.
Well, I'm giving your address to all the squirrels that are in my yard. There's about 40 of them.
I was so upset.
I'm under
Just
siege.
lying on my front porch. Done.
Damn, man.
So what'd you do? Did you throw him in the dumpster like that dog?
Oh wow!
Yeah, what did you do?
What a
Did you just like
story.
swing him by the tail?
don't
to the
remember.
neighbors?
Swing him by the tail. Just
launched
helicopter him into a field.
Yeah, that dog story. Did I tell that?
No,
Should
no.
I tell that? or
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Oh my god!
That is not. That's no good.
I'm compassionate with animals. I was
I know.
upset.
I
Well,
know.
just put salted roasted pistachios in your yard, and they won't come fucking near you. I tried to feed the squirrels here salted roasted pistachios. He refused it.
Moro's out there with the gourmet.
Yeah.
Not the old peanuts.
He
He's got
refused
the
it.
salted shit. What do you mean
Instead-
refused it? What did
The
you do?
expensive shit. Like, it's the most expensive nut you can get.
What did you do?
Pistachios.
How did
Those
you
are like
do-
$100
Hey.
bucks a pound.
He like licked it, and then he fucked off.
He just left your.
Yeah, he's probably like
Went to Cecil's and keeled over.
He's like, I can't bring this home to the old lady. She'll,
That's too good.
Do you still
I'll
have
have high cholesterol.
still have the
and
bobcat
high blood
back
pressure.
there?
Can't feed that to the kids. So what ended
unreal.
up happening is the crows came.
And ate the pistachios.
Pistachios. So I had crows. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got birds too, and they're eating all the seed too. So I don't know. If there's a landscaper out there or somebody that can help me out, but
Just make yourself a little scarecrow there. Huh?
Dude.
Take care of it.
well, I'm going to have to move my office into the backyard. I'm going to have to work from home, but in the backyard. I think that's my only chance. And
Get rid of the dog.
No, you can't do that. I love that dog, but she's causing some problems that are fixable. But I don't have control over the birds and the squirrels, and there is a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm under siege, and I don't know what to do. And you can't kill any of them. Oh, and I got a fucking woodpecker pecking a hole, like huge hole in my stucco. So yeah, so I got that going on too.
Dude.
That's awesome.
And they're a protected species, so you can't do anything with that woodpecker.
You can't
either.
whack them.
Nope.
Can't
So-
whack your woodpecker.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do that at all. I don't know. I don't really have anything else unless you want to talk about that Corey Feldman video.
Fuck, man, you see, he's terrible on guitar.
Oh
he fucking,
my god.
we see him try to solo. It's fucking hilarious. He goes lightning fast, but nothing's in tune.
That's one of the most embarrassing things.
Dude, why
I've
you got
ever
to shit all over his dreams?
You know what, man?
Good for him.
Yeah, I have good fuck. No problem.
But it's
problems
fucking
with him.
terrible.
It is fucking
so
terrible.
bad.
It's really
It's the
bad.
it's the whole thing. It's the dancing, and
It's
then
the dancing more than anything. I
it
think.
is the
The
dancing more
music
than anything.
sucks, but if you see the video, it just makes it so
And
much worse.
And why is he changing outfits? And did you see how he had that little
Thinks
tent
he's Mariah
where he
Carey.
went into the tent, but you could see him.
Yeah, you can see.
You could see that he was changing. Like I was like, what the fuck?
He couldn't get the good tent.
The fuck?
And he
was
went on
that?
tour. He did 24 dates with Limp Bizkit.
Get
They
out.
must have been trolling.
apparently him and Fred Durst are buddies, and
Of course.
I'm like, I don't know. The whole thing doesn't make sense, but if I'm going to the show, whatever their tour, and it's like Corey Feldman, I'm going to skip that, right? That'll be.
His band looked embarrassed. Like, did you see some of the guys in the back? They're like, oh,
Okay,
fuck.
so this is kind of, thank you for reminding me, because that's the reason why I wanted to bring it up. So here's the question, right? You're a whatever starving musician, you're starting out or whatever, and you get selected to play in Corey Feldman's band. What do you do?
I asked him, hey, man, I got to change costumes too? Because I'm in that band.
Yeah, you play.
What are we playing, Mr. Feldman?
You just grind it out, and you're just like, oh my God, this is atrocious.
Yeah, man.
And we're
100%.
we're just going to have to figure it out, and he's going to go out there and do his little dance moves, and then he's going to play every sour note you can imagine. And you're just like, yeah, dude, rock on. And the other guys are pretty good,
They weren't bad.
right? And then and to keep a straight face, like there'd have to be times when he's doing his thing, and you look over at the bass player staring at the rhythm guitarist or something, and it'd be hard. If you make eye contact, it'd be so hard. It'd be like when you're in high school and teacher says something, and you're like, don't look at my buddy. I can't look at my buddy, or this is going to go off.
I'd go
Yeah.
see that concert though. Feldman and Limp Bizkit.
I'd go see Limp
I
Bizkit.
like Limp Bizkit now quite a bit.
Yeah, they're back.
Yeah, and I like his style, the long hair, fucking cowboy boots. Fred Durst, fucking.
I'd go see Wes Borland. He's a guitarist.
Is he back in the band?
As far as I know, he is. Yeah, he's out there with his weird ass costumes,
I like his costume.
his masks, and he's better than Corey Feldman for
Oh,
sure.
he's substantially better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kid got me into Limp Bizkit now. He's fucking loving him. Like, good for you, man. I
Wow.
never influenced you at all on that.
All those old bands are having a resurgence. Like it seemed like there was a period of time where that era was made fun of, and all those bands died off, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you look at the bands, like there's so many festivals and stuff that like Korn and Limp Bizkit and like Creed and all these bands are touring, and they're selling a shitload of tickets.
Well, dude, I know I've seen that. Like, I don't know how to say this, but like, I've had this like regret the last couple years of bands I never appreciated.
Yep.
I didn't like Korn. Love Korn. Watching their Woodstock fucking video gives me
What a
goosebumps.
set.
Yeah. Fucking
Are
Limp,
you ready?
Limp Bizkit. Well, they're Woodstock shit too. I hated Limp Bizkit back in the day. I fucking love them now.
I liked a couple of their songs. I wouldn't say that I'm a fan or that I know their material, but I don't know. We listened to
had
some
like
of their
back
music.
then. We had so many good bands.
Yes,
and
agreed.
I was picky.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to be picky. We had so much. It was just fucking amazing.
It was an amazing time.
It was an embarrassment of riches.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
What?
what the hell are we doing today?
Well, I thought it was a threesome, but what did you call it? More? Would you stop fucking around with the levels? Jesus Christ!
I'm just getting it right, man.
Scratching.
Yeah, what'd you call it? The golden.
You know, we've
the
done
golden
like
trio.
55 episodes, right?
What did I call it?
I don't know. We're gonna have
Well,
to
what's
run
that?
with
Golden Age trio.
You always see that post of these albums came out within 45 days of each other.
Yeah. So here, let's just
Blood sugar sick.
whatever it's called. We'll figure that out. I mean, it's in the intro, but you can always change it. But essentially, what we're trying to do is
Sorry.
I'm gonna punch you in the face, Morrow.
Well, just stop looking at me. And then you won't be annoyed. I think I got it right.
Okay, good. We were looking at, there was an idea that came up that there are so many bands out there that have done 3 consecutive albums that are, fantastic. They might be genre defining. They might be, I don't want to put a label on it, but are well known to be 3 consecutive albums that are fantastic. We thought this would be a good way to start reviewing or talking about some of these bands, today being Iron Maiden. because you don't have to go through all that material, which is very time consuming. And quite frankly, I like these 3 albums a lot. I don't care for a lot of older Iron Maiden, so it'd be a bit of a grind. But it also opens up the door to different bands, Radiohead, Rush, Rolling Stones, like whatever. We'll figure that part out. But anyway, go ahead, Morrow.
I think they did 4 consecutive good albums because I love Killers. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That had the other
Killers
singer,
is
right?
awesome.
Let's go through the 3 albums because I was going to say I think they have 4 going the other way. The one after this was good.
Somewhere in time.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking Number of the Beast, released in 82, Peace of Mind in 1983, Powerslave in 1984. So they did, we were talking about it, that was, I don't know how you do that. So you do 3 albums, 1 each year, 82, 83, 84, plus you tour
Yeah, they do huge world tours.
each album, which is insanity. And then Somewhere in Time was 86. So, well, actually, if you really want to do it, it was their very first album, self-titled, was 1980. Killers was 81. Number of the Beast, 82. Peace of Mind, 83. Powerslave, 84. So they did 5 albums in 5 years.
Well, and then they released Live After Death in 85.
But you don't have to write that. But you still, they probably needed it because that.
When do you find time to tour?
Well, the World Slavery Tour was massive. And, it was the World Slavery Tour, the Powerslave Tour, which is the first time I saw Maiden, 1984, December 1st.
Oh, yeah, I got the date right here.
That was December 1st, 1984, I think.
Fuck, I forgot my glasses.
Is that the greatest name for a tour, by the way?
The World's, yeah,
That's right there.
I don't think you can call it that these days.
No, you
but
can't.
That's
It was a different time.
It was
in
a different
84.
time. It was somewhere in time. But you can't do that. You okay? So yeah, it was a Twisted Sister opened.
Unbelievable.
Oh, dude, so good.
Speaking of tents, when we saw Dee Snider, what was he doing behind the tent every few minutes at Back Alley? He'd rock out and then he'd go behind. He had he brought his own personal tent.
He's probably lifting weights.
Yeah,
He was like Corey Feldman. He was changing his underwear.
He had like a tent on stage. It was like a barricade. He'd keep going behind. What's he doing? Oh.
Well, it was, yeah.
Sorry.
It was
He
either
might have been doing other things. We don't, you never know.
hookers and blow,
Could have been.
Possibly.
right?
How big was the tent?
It's more like a fishing, like an ice fishing tent.
It was like a shanty.
Yeah,
It was-
like that. Yeah.
No, it was a decent size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So So anyway, so those are the albums we're talking about. Oh wait, we kind of jumped into now. Are we doing trivia? Are we doing anything?
I got some trivia.
Do we have a pouch? No pouch.
No pouch today, but we do have some
Got
trivia.
10 trivia questions.
On your brand new phone, so you probably won't have
Fuck,
access to
Don't
it.
get me started. I don't like change. I hate change. So I did the trivia, and I showed up here tonight, and I didn't circle any of the answers. So I had multiple choice, but I don't know any of the answers.
Oh, wow.
However,
This is so on brand. This is
we
unbelievable.
need our team back.
I just rebounded, and I think I got it figured out. We can get through this.
I was gonna say if not,
if I didn't double check this, we're fucking.
I still want to hear. I still wanted to hear the
Me
questions.
too.
Wow, we have Chat GPT.
Oh yeah, I fucking got a little lazy on this one. I can't take credit. This is funtrivia.com. So
Oh, that'd be.
let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
And we're looking for sponsors. Funtrivia.com.
Yeah.
Do you know how I get to all my photos? I don't know how to work this phone. I don't know how to fucking. Seriously, how do you get all photos?
We got a fucking Encino man over here.
What are you fucking talking about?
Oh, there we go. I got it.
Hey, buddy.
Dude, I've never had this phone. I got a new phone a second ago.
Holy fuck.
All right, let's go.
Good.
What year did Steve Harris form Iron Maiden?
1978.
1975, 7, 6, or 4.
Oh.
11. We're so fucking old.
I don't know. I'm gonna say. What was the
76.
What's the latest one?
It's 75. That's crazy, though.
75. Wow.
Wow. that was
Two of us were born in 75.
Yep.
What the
That's true.
fuck?
It's crazy.
Those guys are 1,000 now.
So, I figured I was an Iron Maiden fan because I love Live After Death, the only album I had, but I never really got outside of that. I can't call myself a fan because I only loved the one album. But I didn't even know there was another singer before Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then they had another singer after.
Who
Bruce.
was the first singer of Iron Maiden? Did
Paul Diano.
Diano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah, he's fucking good too.
That's not right.
Kudos to Paul.
The first
Fuck you,
singer
Bruce.
was Paul Day. Day was Maiden's first singer in the DVD The Early Days. It was said that he didn't have the stage look and was kicked out of Maiden.
It's true.
They had 2 Pauls?
Yeah.
More Paul.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
I guess.
Yep.
No.
You gotta watch the documentary, man. It
Was
was tremendous.
Paul Day.
They went through
There
more.
was a dude called Paul Day.
They went through more band members than you could even believe.
Paul
They had a couple
Diano.
guitar players for like a week, but because they did something, they have like some sort of credit. So
Okay.
so many guys.
The only guy that I saw that I loved, it was a drummer, and his nickname was Thundersticks.
Dude, that is unbelievable.
Fucking tremendous.
Thundersticks.
All right, question 3.
Yeah.
Out of 10. We got 10 questions. Which guitar player of Maiden has been on every album?
Murray. Dave Murray.
Yeah.
You have
I'd say
your.
so.
No, I'm going to go with.
It's multiple choice.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So you have Dave Murray, Yannick Gers, Adrian Smith, or Dennis Stratton.
I thought it was Adrian Smith. Didn't he create the band? He's the only guy that hasn't left.
Steve Harris created the band, the bass player.
Steve Harris?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, see, I'm all fucked up. Okay, you know what? Don't listen to me.
Lick,
I'm gonna go with Dave Murray.
You guys right? It is David Murray.
Yeah, because Adrian's gone and now they got that
Yeah.
new guy.
That boy Dave.
What's his name?
It's a lot of albums. They have
Yeah.
17 studio albums
Something like that.
plus all the lot.
It's
It's a lot.
it's ridiculous.
All right. Eddie is the band mascot.
Mm-hmm.
On the cover on which album do you see him holding his own womb with his head cracked open and his body in flames?
Oh, that's
God.
That's graphic.
That's a lame question.
No, man.
Is that a matter of life and death? I'm just guessing. I know 3 albums.
Let's hear the albums.
I'm gonna be honest.
The albums are Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, No Prayer for the Dying, Powerslave, and The X Factor.
It might be 7.
It's Seventh Son.
Yeah.
It's the X Factor.
The answer is Seventh Son.
Yes.
It's a great cover.
It is a good cover.
Let's get into that after that. I want to hear your thoughts on their best covers.
So we got 11 questions. I saw this trivia question. What's the name of Iron Maiden's airplane?
Oh, it's the Flight 666.
No. It's
That's the documentary.
What's the
No
choices?
No. Hang on.
The choices on the
Okay, go.
choices are Ed Force 1,
Yes, that's what it
Ed
is.
Force 2, Ed Force 3, or Ed Force 4.
It's Ed Force 1.
It's Ed Force 1.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My sister sent me a picture. She was flying through some airport, and she's like, out the fucking airplane window, there was the Iron Maiden plane.
That'd be cool.
And Bruce is flying it,
Yeah,
right?
Bruce flies it.
Fuck, it's like a 747. Fucking with the big Iron Maiden across
Yeah,
the side.
it's massive.
I was trying to find that photo.
I didn't know he flies it too. I knew he was a pilot.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
didn't know
No, he
that
flies
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
That'd be
No
sick.
wonder Diano got fired. Bruce comes in, fucking.
Whips out the pilot license.
We got
Hey,
a
guys, I'll fly
designated driver, homies.
All right.
All right. Again, these questions aren't my coming up, so some of these are fucking weird. Complete the following lyric. The horse he sweats with fear. We break to run. The mighty roar of the blank guns. English, Russian, German, Chinese. This is Chinese guns. What a dumb question. Let's skip that one.
I like when you write the questions. Your questions are great. This is bullshit. You know what? We don't want these guys as sponsors.
I know I'm better at this.
No, what were they called again?
Doesn't matter. We're not plugging them again. Fuck them.
Let's see. Russian. Okay. Sorry, that was a dumb one. Blaze Bayley has made one album with Maiden. True or false?
True.
Yeah, sure. That sounds right.
I'm going to go with Morrow
100%
because nobody knows fucking lead singers like Morrow does. He knows the Gary Sharones and what was the dude that what was like, oh, I can't even remember the band now, but you're locked in on
Blaze Bayley made the X Factor. And he's from Wolfsbane.
Morrow.
Originally.
Made the X Factor like the show?
No, the album.
album.
They have an they released an album.
He's one of the judges.
It's not like the X Factor 95. Yeah, it was the only album they did with. I think the only album they did with Blaze. But
What was the lead singer? Judas Priest?
Rob Halford?
Didn't
Ripper Owens.
Yeah, there you go. See, I told
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
That's what I mean. He fucking knows.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. Morrow does know the fucking singers. Well, there's 2 albums. He was on the X Factor, and the second one was Virtual 6.
That's not a real.
Yeah, Virtual 6. I didn't realize he made 2.
Virtual 6 is Virtual 11, isn't it?
I don't know. I can't read fucking. It's in
It's
Roman.
in Roman
It's
numerals.
11. Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah.
Maybe
My best guess. Yeah. XI.
That's 11.
I think that's 11.
Okay.
That's amazing.
This is a good guess. Which drummer joined the band in '83? Thundersticks, Clive Burr, Nico McBrain, or Doug Sampson?
I think that's when Nico joined.
Well, I don't know. Yes.
83.
83,
That was
yes.
Nico.
Yes,
Keep
that's
in mind.
Nico.
Nico McBrain.
Yeah.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
That's the crazy. Well, Nico's not his first name. The craziest thing with that name is the Nico part is made up. McBrain is actually his last name, which I thought it was made up. Because
I did too. That makes no sense.
Because in peace of mind, I should have brought the record. But when you buy the record, so you pull out the inner sleeve. It's an incredible photo. It's them at the big wooden table, like the medieval table, and there's like the platter thing, and there's like a brain on there.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, I thought so. He was just like, I'm going to go with Nico McBrain. But no, McBrain's actually his last name.
Huh.
I don't remember what his real first name is, though.
Oh,
It's like fucking
speaking
Brian
of
or
drummers,
something.
I heard that Frank Beard will be back for the Calgary ZZ Top next week.
No way.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's tremendous. He's so good.
All right, 3 more. Dave Murray has almost exclusively played on which type of guitar?
It's a Fender Strat.
Yep.
With
You can play metal?
he has different pickups.
Oh, humbuckers? Get them humbuckers? You got those?
No, I can't remember what they are.
Stratocaster is correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't have got that.
He plays
I had
mostly
that
on
too.
a Fender Stratocaster with Deemer
Yeah.
Zio's Super Distortion pickups.
DiMarzio pickups, yeah.
There you go.
I knew
Thanks.
that.
Yes, he
Because
eventually,
I was wondering how the fuck does a guy play metal on a Strat?
he eventually switched to what pickups?
Don't know that one.
Got to be the
Just guess.
humbuckers.
You'll get it right.
Uh,
Just name some pickups.
What does Kerry King use? Just kidding.
I got him in my Telecaster. And I just can't recall the name right now.
Seymour Duncan.
Yes, Seymour's.
And that's in your Telecaster, right?
I have him in my
Yeah, that was
Tele,
your right.
You could be in Maiden.
Yeah, I could.
You could.
I can play metal on my Telly.
From which album was the single From Here to Eternity? That's a dumb question.
Yeah, that's.
That's not on one of the 3 albums.
Fear
we're
of the
talking
Dark. Whatever. Fuck that. Okay.
about. Morrow's a big Fear of the Dark guy.
All right.
Well, I owned it. I don't know. I'd have to listen to it again. I haven't listened to it in 20 years.
This one's lame. On which song does Eddie appear on the Rock in Rio concert? Who cares?
It's stupid.
What a dumb question.
Let's gas these guys.
I can't believe he fucking mailed it in. Cease.
No, it's not Cecil's fault.
That's
The
Cecil's fault.
evil that men do.
I'm going to blame it on his phone. That phone's bullshit. He didn't want a new one.
It is my phone's fault.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, look at my dog. Oh, no.
That's cool.
Sending pictures.
Did anyone have an issue with Clive Burr's drumming?
Not at all.
No, he was better than I remember. Like, listen, because he's on Number of the Beast,
Yeah.
the first of these three, and then Nico takes over. And, well, Nico's a better drummer, I would say, for sure. Clive was way better than I remember.
So out of these 3 albums, we had different drummers?
Just Number of the Beast is Clive, and then the next two, Peace of Mind and
know that.
Powerslave, are Nico.
Oh.
Yeah, they're both good.
Well, and it was I was kind of confused. I always thought that McBrain was on Number of the Beast as well. I was always under that impression until you and I had the conversation. I was like, really? And then I looked at it, and then I was like, well, why would you get rid of that guy? Because he's really good. And I thought maybe it was like the Pearl Jam. What was the not Jeremy? Who's the drummer on 10?
Oh, he was only on 10. Can't
Yeah.
remember his name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, so that dude, he got whacked, and I thought the drumming on 10 was quite good. So anyway, I was kind of thinking the same thing. So
Nico's more technical.
He's better.
And he
Definitely
has
way
a
better.
way bigger kit. He has like 87 toms.
he does.
Yes.
And he's built for, once they got into, I guess, into the 90s and that, and they kind of went metal prog, like not Tool prog, but like,
Yep.
he was more equipped, I think, because he was a
Definitely.
little more technical. But
I like how the first song on the first album that he's on, Peace of Mind, is Where Eagles Dare, I believe.
yeah,
And it starts off with an absolute blistering drum solo.
Stole that
Yeah.
song from the
So
Misfits.
good. What do you mean?
Oh, we should do a
Where
segment.
Eagles Dare.
Well, they stole the name.
I think we should
It's
do a
it's about the same thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like some fucking movie.
That's true. Clint Eastwood, I think.
Yeah, it is.
fact-checked that.
It is a
It is
Clint
Clint
Eastwood
Eastwood.
movie. Yeah.
look at it just,
I'm 1 for 1, brother.
what were you going to say, Cease?
Oh, I'm digressing. We should do a segment where we fucking compare songs of the same name. Like,
Yeah.
what do you like better? Where Eagles Dare Iron Maiden or Where Eagles Dare
That's not a bad idea.
fucking
That's a great
Misfits?
idea.
You want to do one from Metallica, one from U2?
Dude. Listen to this.
I've heard worse ideas.
That's brilliant.
That's pretty good.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean-
that's not bad.
All right.
All right, well, there you go.
Next show.
Do you know why Clive Burr was gassed from the band?
I don't actually. Was he drunk?
Well-
One guy got whacked because he was a heavy drinker.
Him and
Sing
Deano
the-
couldn't
Which-
handle it.
Which
Original singer was a party.
which I still find is hilarious. It was like when Mustaine said he got kicked out of the band for drinking too much. He's like, I'm in Metallica. Like, these guys are all alcoholics, and I get yarded for being a drunk. He's like, that makes no sense.
He brings up a
But
good
yeah,
point.
this was the I had to copy this because I thought it was kind of funny. It says Clive Burr was reportedly ousted from Iron Maiden due to a combination of factors, including personality conflicts with Steve Harris and a perceived, and then in quotes, over embracing of the rock and roll lifestyle. So he did a lot of blow.
Amazing. And that's why the singer got whacked too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's
And then
too
he-
much partying.
I think.
And then he got diabetes, and they amputated his legs.
Oh Jesus!
Jeez, what?
He died recently, didn't he?
What?
Yeah, he was on my death list.
Oh my God!
I don't even know.
Kudos to Paul.
That's a lot to
Fuck
unpack
you,
there.
Bruce.
I think the other guys were like on some sort of fucking mission. Because if you look, they released album after album after album.
5 in
after
5
album.
years.
It's like, and they're touring.
Yeah.
Like, someone, you're bound to have a casualty.
Yeah. They had no time off in like that 5 years. They just
I
toured.
wish I could count
3
the
months in
fucking
the studio.
concerts on this fucking World Slavery Tour. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking list.
It's
Look how many of that.
Yeah, so for people listening, so Cecil's got his vinyl record, the Live After Death, which is
She had the total.
is the live record
That's
of
like
the World Slavery
that's
Tour,
like
so the
100.
Powerslave Tour.
I think it was 200 and some, wasn't it?
It was something absurd, yeah.
I'm gonna count.
They played over 200 dates, I think, on that one. And then after that tour, they were burnt out.
When
And
did they write?
And they took time off after that.
2 years.
It's a big tour, man.
2 years. Bands don't do that. Metallica goes like 8 years between albums.
Yep. It's different in the 80s, man. We need some product to sell. We got to keep this thing afloat. You can't be like Tool. Oh yeah, just every 12 years is good.
Yeah.
We'll do that schedule.
This one, well, I just Googled it. It says 189 shows
180.
189
over
shows.
331 days.
So that's like
So a
playing
lot
the-
of back-to-backs
It's like
there.
playing the Stanley Cup playoffs for a year.
It's
every
it.
other day.
Yeah.
You got a
Tour
game.
tour
more.
began in August of 84 and ended in July of 85. And then they released an album in 86.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Boys put in the time.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something really metal?
Do I?
Sorry, I don't. We'll get into the songs and stuff. This is tremendous. So Nico McBrain's wife, Rebecca
Rebecca McBrain.
Rebecca McBrain was arrested and charged with battery after she allegedly tried to stab two people in her home with a decorative lance. Of course, she's got one of those in the house.
Lance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Although the stabbing attempt failed, Rebecca was allegedly successful in hitting the victims with logs that had been sitting in a fire pit behind her home.
Wow.
That a girl?
So don't break into their house.
Could you imagine some guy pulls a
lance, dude?
on you?
And I was like, that is so Iron Maiden. Like, that is so Iron Maiden. Like, that checks out. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Which lance was it? Was it the one in the dining room, or was it the one in over the fireplace by the TV? Anyway, I don't know. I think I'm out of
A decorative lance.
yeah. So I don't know. Where do we want to go from here? Oh, I know. Let's play a little game.
Let's do it.
Best opening song
On those three albums?
from these three albums. So you got Invaders, Where Eagles Dare, or Aces High.
Oh,
Come on.
it's unanimous. Aces Eye.
It's Aces High.
I'm going to go with Where Eagles Dare.
Me too.
The drum fill. We're not giving that drum fill its due.
It's
It's spectacular.
You guys are being
And then
disrespectful.
and then he puts on a clinic.
Dude, that is the greatest. That's so good. Opening song. All right. Best closing song. Hallowed Be Thy Name, To Tame a Land, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This one's tough.
How would be thy name?
Yeah,
well,
I
it's
agree.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I got to go with Hallowed Be Thy Name.
I can't argue with that. I do like Rhyme.
I have the lyrics of that I can read later for you.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. It's about Ken Griffey Jr.
My Powerslave record that I did purchase in 1984 or 85, whenever that was, sounds incredible
Really?
until
Quality's good.
I get to about the 13-minute and 35-second spot of Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, and it fucking skips.
Damn. What song's that? Oh, of Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, like 10 seconds before the album, it just skips in the same spot, and I'm like,
Did you ever watch the concert?
I haven't.
Dude,
We're gonna.
I can't find it. I swear I didn't throw it out. I have this on VHS.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube, and it's. I think it was in Long Beach. Is that right?
Yeah.
It was in Long Beach, California,
California,
and
right.
it was a huge crowd. It was awesome. It was a great
Really?
show.
I haven't seen it, but I do want to watch it.
Yeah, it was double VHS. Fuck, no. Obviously, I got rid of all my
double VHS,
Yeah.
Double VHS. Wow.
And then
dude.
I learned something actually today that Steve Harris doesn't actually play with four fingers, because when you watch him, he's going so fast, and he doesn't tuck his fingers in and play with two. He has them all like, and he looks like he's playing four fingers, but no, it's a myth. Online it says it's just two fingers, but I thought he played with four. He's so fucking fast.
So he's like Tommy Iommi. He's only got three fingers on the one hand, but
He might be my favorite bass player.
Oh,
I don't know if he is, but he's fucking good.
He's right there.
He's up there.
Yeah.
There are some songs like Prisoner when you can really hear the bass at the front of the mix.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really, really good.
I appreciate
His best bass intro is Killers.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that.
Well, I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
Probably one of
you're right. That's good.
one of his best bass intros he's ever done.
It was kind of in a time too, like most of the time, really, when the bass player was just the guy that stands in the back next to the drummer. He's like right up front with the singer, and is quite
He lip syncs every fucking lyric too.
He does.
He's the lead singer,
right.
It's funny.
And they got him turned
That's
way up in
true.
the mix.
Yeah, he sings all-
It's like the opposite
But he wrote
of
all the
Injustice
songs, pretty
for
much.
All. Like he's always pretty prominent in the mix.
But he wrote most of the songs, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
He's a fucking.
Yeah, almost. I mean, they're some of these they have Dickinson wrote Flash of the Blade. He wrote Powerslave too, which is a great track.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit all over the place. But he did write the vast majority of it, I think. But the Bruce Dickinson shit, like, he wrote Revelations. Like Revelations, man, is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah. he's a good writer.
That's like the only homework assignment I ever completed. Grade 11, fucking poetry.
Yeah.
Fucking report.
Mm-hmm.
Revelations was my poem.
Was it really? And did you just go in with like the?
I was so proud. It's like the only homework assignment I ever completed.
The only one?
Oh yeah, I didn't do homework my whole life.
Don't
I showed more of my fucking school transcripts. Like, dude, what the fuck did you do?
Not homework.
Didn't do anything. Yeah.
What the fuck did you do?
All right. Well, are we? I don't know. I don't even know what to. Somebody help me out. What do you want to do now?
Do you want to hear some lyrics?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
You know, I think we could all agree that Iron Maiden, tremendous lyrics. All the songs, there's no like filler. There's no tits and cars here. Right?
No, there's
This is
no
all
tits and cars.
mythology. It's a lot of.
I find some of it's a bit too much. Sometimes
That
I
can be
feel
too
like
much.
I'm in a Dungeons and Dragons.
Makes me think of the way Jack Black fucking
Yes.
sings his metal. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
like this medieval fucking.
Yeah.
oh yeah. It can grate on you. It's a little cheesy by the end, but
Well,
nevertheless.
Morrow called it the other day. I noted it's like an opera, and he said it's like fucking opera.
It's a metal opera.
Yeah.
Totally what it
yeah,
is.
sometimes it is, and he hits some notes.
It's insane.
Dude can still sing.
And the lyrics are just the shit he writes about. It's like I feel like an idiot when I'm listening to it because I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
Yeah.
let me give you a little excerpt. So this is from "Hallowed Be Thy Name" from 1982.
Which I believe is their best song.
Really?
Really, the best song. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole song because
Okay.
there's a lot. But when the priest comes to read me the last rites, take a look through the bars at the last sights of a world that has gone very wrong for me.
Unbelievable.
It's strong, strong.
It's gone very wrong for me.
Right?
When he sings it, though, it's gorgeous.
It is.
It's beautiful.
Where are you?
That song. Oh, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it.
No, do it.
Well,
Which song are we talking about? Hallowed be the name. Yep.
What? Here's the thing.
Mhm.
So, I love the late '80s thrash, Megadeth, Metallica, on and on and on.
Yep.
Metallica's Atlas Rise is like you can hear there's things in those songs that are so fucking similar. It's insane, and you can hear it.
Really?
It's
See, and I really like that song, and maybe that's why.
it is incredible.
There's a gallop in it.
Is it Galloping?
So the harmonizing, if you listen to the harmonizing of Metallica over the years, like they started to really do it more, and Justice for All, and it's a total Iron Maiden influence.
100%.
You know, and they were influenced by Thin Lizzy, and there's a bunch of other bands that did it before Maiden. But Hallowed Be Thy Name and Atlas. When I heard it, I said, Atlas Rise reminds me of this. Like,
Really?
it's totally. They do the 2-string bends and they do all this shit, which is Yeah, I couldn't believe, because here's the thing. I've never listened to those 3 albums one after the other through ever till we did this. And I was shocked at how influential they were on so many bands, even hair metal. Like hair metal bands ripped off some of their stuff. A lot of the thrash bands.
Sure. It is quite remarkable. So Hoppin and I went and saw
Thanks, man.
we saw the local band Lost for Words that does covers.
Sorry.
And
Sorry.
we've seen them twice now, and we saw them just a couple of weeks ago. It was tremendous. Just tremendous.
Yep.
But to actually see these guitar players do the harmonizing you're talking about, like live in front of you, you realize like how hard it is. Like how difficult that is to pull off together.
Those guys are really good. And
Just to cover Iron Maiden, you gotta be fucking talented.
Dude, they played for 2.5 hours and didn't even take a break.
yeah, they
It was
went
insane.
They did
Wow.
a full Maiden set, and the singer
Singer's
was
good.
unbelievable. So for
Singer's
those,
great.
we'll give them a little bit of a
Dude, they played the entirety of Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Like all 15 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Note for note.
yeah. It was great. It was great. And
At the
That's
King's Head.
unbelievable. They
At the
must
King's
practice
Head.
a lot. They must practice
and-
a lot.
What do you? What
how much
band-
were? Hey, Gord, how much were tickets?
I'm glad you asked, Huff. I still owe you $6.66.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, if there's anyone in the Alberta area, keep your eye out for Lost for Words. If you're
What band could we cover?
a Maiden,
I think who would we imitate the best?
Melvin's.
No, that's his guitar.
Social Distortion. You could probably do
Misfits.
Yeah, you can do the Misfits.
Misfits.
There you go.
Misfits.
Misfits.
Yeah.
And it sounds better
what does
when you cover the Misfits.
Oh, when you,
Oh, yeah.
when-
The
when
pro-
you
the
produce
production.
it-
Productions.
doesn't sound like you're doing it through
Sounds
a
like-
tin can.
Sounds like they did it in a
Okay.
ghetto blaster.
Yeah,
The Radio Shack.
yeah. The realistic. I think
Realistic.
the realistic. It was called. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let's ask. I wanted to ask you about that actually. What did you find on these 3 albums? Because their sound has changed quite a bit from their first albums, and they get to these and they're a little more polished. Is there things? I thought they stood up pretty good the test of time. What are your thoughts on the production of them?
80s.
I think the
production.
production's good. The one thing I wish is, on some of the songs is they had more distortion.
Fair.
Because I'm like, that's a killer riff, but it's just like,
little clean.
it's a,
You know what I really
See a little
appreciate?
Boss Metal Zone on there.
They don't have
no.
the drums are
do
very
the Angus,
the
do
drums
the
are
Angus
really
Young,
dry.
the Malcolm Young, and turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Turn up the volume.
Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't
The
hear
one
you.
thing I like about how they did the drums on most of their albums, but these 3 for sure, is they're very dry. Like there's none of that 80s reverb.
Yeah,
No,
This
exactly.
ruined
The
it.
drums sound fucking
The
amazing.
drums make the whole band sound different.
and they get better.
Yeah, they do.
For through the 3 albums by Powerslave,
Oh, they sound
they're
tremendous.
fucking tremendous.
Yeah. He stood out for me, or the band stands out. Their drum sound for the 80s sounds totally different than everyone else's.
Yeah, I totally agree.
yeah.
The toms are like crisp.
Oh,
They're really good, and I think that's that. I don't know. Yeah, there's so many songs where the drums are isolated, right, and they sound so good, regardless of who the drummer is, which is interesting. And I meant to look to see if they had different engineers or different producers.
No, it was Martin Birch.
Same guy.
It was the same guy.
So Martin Birch did
So
it,
that
right?
dude had it locked in.
And he did Sabbath, and
He did Sabbath.
he did some Sabbath. I don't know which ones, but if you listen to Paranoid,
Mhm.
the drumming on Paranoid, the drum sound is fucking amazing. So
Mhm.
I wonder if he did do Paranoid
Maybe.
because Paranoid has that dry kind of crisp fucking sound.
Mhm.
Paranoid was just a filler song too. They fucking didn't have enough time on their album, so they had to come up with a song to complete the album, and that was just a fill-in.
That's
Well, I'm not
That's cool.
talking the song. I'm
Talking
just
about
talking
the
the album in
Oh,
general.
I'm sorry, I'm not listening.
Like the drumming on the Wizard is fucking
dude.
killer.
I love that song. Too.
Yeah, it's such a good.
Paranoid was produced by Roger Bain.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it wasn't him.
Well, one thing I like how their sound changed too, but they found it here. Like they started off, I didn't realize, or had forgotten at least, that they sounded like a punk band, right? Like a punk rock.
The first two albums.
the first few albums, and then they once they get here, it's like they figured out what they want to be, and they did it really well.
Apple Music says the second album is before the
Killers?
Yeah, this is the start of the gallop. It says right on there. This is where the gallop begins.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's patented. That's got to be a patent.
You know,
That is
the other
patented.
thing I found interesting is because there's a lot of harmonizing on the vocal side, and it's all double tracked Bruce.
Mm.
So nobody else is doing it.
Nobody else
Not
was
on the
doing that.
studio albums.
Hmm.
There's a couple where they're chanting, and I think some of the other guys.
There's
Chime
one thing
in,
that
but-
came up about Bruce when I was doing some research for this is Bruce Dickinson an asshole? Like, it seemed like a lot of people don't like him.
Oh,
personally.
really?
Yeah.
See, and that's funny because I
He's got a huge beef with Sharon Osbourne. She absolutely fucking shredded him.
that's probably a UK thing though.
Could have been.
Right? I wonder.
They had direct quotes from her. It was pretty funny. She's calling him an asshole. They
Really?
Never fucking work. Disrespecting Ozzy, and there was some actual beef that happened at a tour. What was at Ozfest?
I was gonna say something must have happened at a festival that they're both playing on, and I don't know, who knows, right? Was it arguing over who would be the headliner, who would play last, who is?
Well, you think if
Whatever.
it's Ozfest, it's just Ozzy.
But you know what?
You would think so.
you would think. I've never thought about this, like with Ozfest, and especially with Maiden. Like Maiden's stage is awesome, right?
They had a good show
they
back
got,
in the day.
They got planes. They got the big ass Eddie back there fucking around. Like
Dude, the Eddie that comes out
There's
during the World
pyro.
Slavery. Did you see that?
the witch.
Do you remember from the tour the Eddie that comes out behind over the drums and his arms come out?
Yeah.
They said they had him on like some springs and some tires, and so his arms would move around. It looks really good.
It's unbelievable. But I guess the point being, it's like, how do you have bands like that? These big metal bands, they must have had 4 different stages because
At Ozfest, yeah.
right. You can't just wheel out the Maiden set. You can't. Nico McBrain, like that thing's not pre-built, and you just wheel it out on a dolly. Like that thing is. It's going to take 2 hours to put together.
It might, yeah. Never thought of that.
Here's a little AI overview of the Ozzy Iron Maiden feud.
Okay, good.
Refers to public disagreement between Ozzy and Iron Maiden, particularly Bruce Dickinson, that escalated during Ozfest in 2005. Key points of the feud. Iron Maiden was part of Ozfest in 2005, touring with Ozzy. Dickinson's comments. Bruce Dickinson reportedly made comments critical of Ozzy Osbourne and his family's involvement in reality television.
Okay,
Sharon-
yeah, that checks out. I could see that.
Sharon Osbourne's response. Sharon Osbourne reacted to the comments and engineered a series of events that, according to reports, included
That's
having Iron Maiden's PA turned off, egging the band, and potentially recruiting others to throw objects at them.
So either Sharon or Ozzy just came out of rehab. I think it was Sharon had just had cancer treatment,
Okay.
and she brought like 20 nurses from the hospital. She paid them, and then they started hucking eggs at Bruce Dickinson from the crowd.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that's some spiteful shit.
That is. That's not cool, man.
I wonder what
Just-
else Bruce did.
It's just rock and roll.
This is rock, just an egg and bud.
Yeah. You know, if it was punk rock, maybe that would make sense.
Yeah.
This-
Anyways, I forgot about that part.
That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
I guess maybe it is a little bit metal. I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. What can you do? Can't.
What can you do?
How can you get revenge on her? You got to beat up Ozzy. That's the only way.
Right? If you don't, I had a question for all of you.
Yeah.
Wait for more to get back maybe, but
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about Eddie, and I was fascinating in the documentary how like that marketing, like that's incredible, next level, ahead of its time marketing to have like the mascot of Eddie on every album cover, and then he's part of the stage show, and he's
Were they
everywhere.
the first band to do that? Do we know? I mean,
the artist they knew took the idea, but this he didn't take it from a band. He took it from something else, and I can't remember what that was. But he was influenced by something he saw.
probably movies.
And movies was part of it, and then just decided to do that. But my question was going to be, what is your favorite album cover? of Maiden because they're known for having like lots of cool album covers, right? Like back in the day, it just didn't say Iron Maiden. Like
I couldn't tell you. We should pull them up because
I would say
too many.
just off the top. You're talking studio albums.
just off the top.
Killers
of
freaked me out
off the
today.
top
'Cause
of my head.
I put on Apple Music today, and his mouth was opening. It was moving. I thought it was just a picture.
I would have to say off the top of my head either Killers or Peace of Mind for me.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say
That's pretty good though.
Senjutsu, the samurai. Eddie's pretty sick.
The new one,
Dude, that one's good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
The Book of Souls is good too. That one came out like maybe 10 years ago, and
where's Book of Souls?
it's right.
See, I don't love that one. I
like
think
the
I think
simplicity.
Killers Live After Death is really good.
Killers is pretty badass actually, and
Well,
Live
and-
After Death.
I mean,
is
if you're
really
counting
badass.
all of it, the Trooper
Yeah.
single or whatever
That's a famous one for sure.
might be the best one.
I'm partial to Peace of Mind, I guess.
I like Peace of Mind too, but that's I don't know what's this. Oh, fucking up my shit. Oh, dude, they got a Christmas album.
Dude,
That Santa one's egregious. What is that?
I think he's a judge.
Dude, yeah, it is. It looks like it is the judge. It looks like Santa. Sorry, that one's on me.
Killers is pretty good.
Killers is really, and you know what? Like the very first one, Iron Maiden, the self-titled, is like for that time,
Yeah.
is pretty good, right? Like it's pretty good.
Powerslave is the worst one.
It probably is the Pharaoh one,
Yeah.
the Egyptian stuff. It's a
You know
neat
what?
idea.
You know what's funny because I did look up like what the most popular one, and that one ranks really, really high.
Huh.
Want to hear something even funnier?
It's probably got some weird
I
fucking
think Somewhere
meanings.
in Time is probably the highest rated.
That's like RoboCop, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like little messages in there the band put.
Okay, and that power slave's not the real Power Slave. Like that one doesn't. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
Quick
What?
quick sidebar.
Yeah.
We were playing poker a couple of years ago online,
Mhm.
and our good friend Willie Mack, he was saying, "Oh, they stole that Power Slave. That's stolen," and we ripped him for about 5 minutes. Who did he say? They ripped off?
Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Earth,
I
Wind, and
believe.
Fire. And we're like, whatever. Like Maiden would steal an Earth, Wind, and Fire. Go back to Scotland, you bozo. And we shredded him.
Yeah.
And it's totally
And
ripped
then-
off.
Yeah, and then we
Can
we
you
looked
check
at
that
it.
out, Morrow? Earth, Wind, and Fire album cover. You'll be shocked.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I was like, here it's right. It looks like this. Oh no, that's not it.
This is riveting podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there it is.
Right. So if you look at Earth, Wind, and Fire, what's the name of the album? All in All? Is that what it's called? Is that what this is?
I don't fucking know.
Well, I just
All in all.
All in all, 1977.
yeah. So for those listening, Google that, and that's what we're talking about. That was the first thing. So yeah.
So sorry, Will.
Yeah, I know. I apologized to him after. I was like, "Yeah, you know, when I took like a lot of runs at you for that take, going, you're crazy. Like this is insane because I know nothing about Earth, Wind, and Fire, but Willie knows a lot of stuff
From before
pre 1980." And this album came out, I guess, in 1977, which is right in his bailiwick. And yeah, he was bang on. I was like, I was so angry too. I was like,
you got quite heated.
because I was like, you're disrespecting, you know. And I'll say like a band that I love, and when I say that, it's these three albums are the ones
Sure.
that I know really well. And I was like, I love this band in this era. These three albums are very important to me. Like they're very close to me. Like there's.
Yeah.
So I was. Don't give me no Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I was just absolutely heated. And then I looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna have to apologize. Sorry, dude.
I'm sure I've heard their songs, but do they have a good
Oh,
song?
Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah.
There's a picture of them right
They
there.
do?
Earth, Wind, and
Bob.
Fire. Oh, dude, you'll know Earth, Wind,
Don't
and
they
Fire.
sing December?
They're like a 70s kind
Yes.
of soul band.
Which is one of my favorite songs.
What?
September, not December. September.
September?
Yeah.
December.
Holy fuck. Okay, next topic.
Yeah, what's happening?
Do you remember? Great tune.
See you in December.
Maybe it is December. Now you got me thinking it
I
can't
think
be.
you're right, man.
It's got to be
No, you're
September.
right. Yeah.
Anyway.
I know where this podcast
See
is
you
going.
in February.
I know that. So one of the things, I don't know if we're gonna put together a playlist or not, but I was wondering why the three of you guys are heavy on Powerslave. I find that interesting.
Well,
You guys are big Powerslave, and not that one is more than the other, but I thought it would have been more balanced. But Cease has 3 of his 4. He didn't do 5. He did 3 of 4.
Slacker.
Gord has 3 of 5, and Morrow has 4 of 5.
yeah, but if I had, yeah. I was listening to Peace of Mind today, and there's a couple songs that I think I probably should have had on the list.
It's hard to pick, and you know what's funny about that is, okay, so let's see, what is Number of the Beast has 8, Peace of Mind has 9, so that's 17, and Powerslave has 8, so that's 25 songs.
Well, here's the problem I had with it, because like I told you, I'd never listened to these 3 albums through
So
ever
so
in my life.
And I missed that earlier because I was going to get a beer. So explain that to me. So how did you sort of listen to was it just on shuffle? Was it like, because back in the day you had CDs, no? Didn't
Yeah.
you have these CDs, or did you start it like Fear of the Dark?
No, I never owned Maiden. Live After Death is all I owned.
Really?
Interesting.
It's the only Maiden album I own.
So it's
still.
almost like the live best of.
Yeah.
It's the live of their first 5 albums.
Heavily geared towards Powerslave.
Yes.
So I'd never actually put on Maiden.
What
and
did you
listened
think
to
of them then? What did you think of these 3?
Well, here's the issue. Like with any kind of music, especially this kind, because it's some of the songs are long and it's got intricacies to it. You have to listen to it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So once I was like round 3, I was like, okay, because you get some of the tunes are catchy, and then you're like, okay, yeah, fuck, that's for sure on the list. And some of them are on Live After Death, so it's like a guarantee that it's on the list. But
Yeah.
so if I did this, if I kept listening for another week, I bet you I'd have 3 different songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Flash of the Blade and
Flash of the Blade.
Flash of the Blade and Back in the Village.
Back in the Village, and I'm back in the village. Did you know that Back in the Village is a sequel to The Prisoner?
No.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's almost like we missed this band because we were really like, Huffman, you must have been like 14, 13 years old.
I was heavy into this band for 3 albums.
So those 2 songs were like my Megadeth songs. I was like, fucking Dave totally rips off this shit from these guys. Like it's that really fast, intricate intro. So
I remember
my 3,
Sorry.
Hallowed Be Thy Name, Aces High, and 2 Minutes to Midnight are definitely my favorite 3. And then I have Killers, which is my favorite Maiden song
Really?
of all time. But,
Killers. Yeah. Nice.
but that's not on these. These
I don't
albums, right?
I don't love their first 2 albums, really. I can listen to them.
Yeah,
there's
they're
a
not my
couple of
favorite.
pockets that are
The
that
song
are
Iron
good.
Maiden is
Awesome.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great. There are some pieces, but I'm so old. I think I'm the oldest in the room, but
Only by 6 months.
oh, okay.
That's all right.
I feel a lot older, but I still have, like, I've got these 3 albums on vinyl that I bought from Sam the Record Man. Like, I remember buying Peace of Mind. That was the first album that I bought of Maiden, because I was over at my friend's house and he had an older brother. It's always the older brother, right? Older brother got me
100%.
as the first time he
With
started
this band,
playing.
for sure.
Well, that's where I learned about AC/DC. He was listening to Dirty Deeds, and we were like, dude, what's your brother listening to? We got into AC/DC, but he was listening to Maiden, and it was the quote unquote new Maiden at that time, which was Peace of Mind. And we were like, this is really good. So I rode my bike to Sam the Record Man, and I bought Peace of Mind, and that was the first album I bought.
Wow.
And of Iron Maidens, not ever.
I have an original copy of that.
That's what I've got.
It's the
too.
only album I own.
Up theirs.
You know what's funny?
Mm.
I owned it and I never listened to it.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucked up?
Wow.
And then Powerslave.
Yep.
If you see Powerslave, the old Powerslave, the cover has it's not flat. It's like it's raised and there's a texture to it.
Okay.
Whereas all the new ones that they're producing, it's just a picture of it.
Oh.
But I should next time. You know what? I'll bring it the next time when we record the next episode. I'll bring it just so you can see. But it's super cool.
Did
So I
you
bought that, and then I bought Number of the Beast.
Do you remember when we were kids and you'd go to Max and you get those Slurpee cups? And there was a good summer where it was like there was Def Leppard and there was Maiden.
No.
You know, the cups, and like the Maiden one was unbelievable.
What?
And
I
then
don't know if I remember that.
And then you'd get like, I think it was like Duran and you just huck that piece of shit. I had like 5 Maidens. It was
There's like a
unbelievable.
Duran. There's like a Prince one or something too.
There was Purple Rain or
yes,
something.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed
dude.
all that. I
Yeah.
just remember the hockey cups.
Dude,
The
they
hockey
had
cups were
way
great.
better stuff in the 80s to keep. Now you just get huck it in the side of the curb.
Yeah, they give you a bunch of stuff you don't want.
I loved the Popeye cigarettes. The candy store.
dude,
Oh,
those
yeah,
were
yeah.
I know someone.
I was
That,
blowing darts when I was like 8.
I know.
I know someone that's addicted to them. She's, I won't say her name, but she's like in her 70s. And is it the starch in the Popeye cigarettes?
They do taste starchy.
I don't
She
know.
fucking is addicted.
What?
Full addiction.
I've never heard
Popeye
of this.
cigarettes. Yeah.
Is there a rehab for that?
They fucked them up. They changed them into that fucking stupid candy instead of gum.
Gum? Popeye cigarettes weren't gum.
Originally, they were. They had the plastic on the outside, and then you'd blow on it. And
Oh, and the
a
puff
of
would go out.
smoke
Poof.
come out.
Those are Popeyes. I think that was a different brand.
I think
wasn't
those
it?
are different.
Wait, they,
Those are-
Were they?
They used to have candy cigarettes that you blow out the sugar,
Yeah, you blow
shoots
out
out
the
the
smoke.
end. That's
Yeah.
Now I just pound the real darts. Those
Yeah.
things fucked me up for life.
But how's that for kids? Fake cigarettes.
I remember, right? You'd buy those. Now they still have them,
And it
but
was
they
the
don't.
worst gum
They
ever.
don't have the heater at the end. Remember they painted on the heater?
Yeah.
At the end,
They don't
So
have
there'd
it.
be a whole bunch of kids going around with these candy cigarettes with the big heater on the end. What are we doing here?
Dude, I gotta
Dude, I used to drive around the block
good.
with my tricycle and my fucking in my wagon on the back, like tied to the back.
selling candy cigarettes.
I wasn't selling them. With a fucking dart in my mouth. The neighbors just thought I was fucked.
No, if you did that today, they would. But back then, it was normal. Every kid was doing that.
That's right.
That's fucking hilarious.
I used to drive to the Pinto. It was called Pinto.
Was it these fucking stallions? The candy you used to blow.
Oh. We needed to hire
the
back the
gum.
research department.
They look like
badly
that.
needed.
Yes,
right?
I had these.
The
These
stallions?
They had fucking paper wrapped around them. I
Yeah.
used to fucking. I
So
used
it's
to-
stallions.
Those look,
Stallions.
those look so real.
Those look like actual
But you had
cigarettes.
to. It was real paper. You had to peel the paper off to eat the gum. You take
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You blow-
I
You
think I
blow
remember
and the
blow
that.
the
smoke would
sugar.
come out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I
And then
remember
you
those.
you had to
And then
peel
you
the
eat
paper off. It had real. Fuck. That's for kids. That's so funny.
God. Did you guys have that heroin kit?
It's upstairs.
You just put the sugar right in your vein.
That's right.
Ah, give me it.
Hey, is that a medical kit? No, they got this new thing. I'm surprised they didn't have that. Yeah.
Well, I can't
So-
find the Slurpee cup, but I did find the Trooper pint glass, and it is unbelievable.
It is. I would order that. Actually, that's a great point too. So Maiden's got they they brew beer, Trooper beer.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
Yeah, so they got beer.
Fuck, we
I
should have brought one.
thought I don't know. Can you get them here?
Good question. Maybe not.
A friend of mine who, I mean, unfortunately, he recently passed away, but we're at his house where they had like the celebration of life and stuff, and he had a can of it on his shelf, and I don't know where. I mean, obviously, I can't ask him where he got it, but yeah, well, but yeah, I was like, dude, that's awesome. But I don't think I've never seen them in Canada. I don't know if you can go to like a specialty liquor store or something like even if you went to Willow Park or something, if they've got them, I don't know. But
Hey man, could you do me a favor? Could you get off the Earth, Wind, and Fire? That's terrible.
what's wrong with the Earth, Wind, and Fire, man?
It's lame.
Looks good.
All right. So around the table, which gun to your head? Which is your favorite record? Your favorite album?
Desert Island. Which one would you have to take with you?
Start over there, man.
I'll start. I think Powerslave, just because.
You're a Powerslave guy, okay?
Well, just because of what I know. Again,
There's no wrong answers.
I only had Live After Death was my
Mm-hmm.
main vein to fucking Iron Maiden. So
Yeah.
a lot of that shit's on there.
I'm gonna go Number the Beast.
Okay.
Tremendous. I would have picked Powerslave too at the beginning of this, but after listening to that again, I don't think I listened to that one nearly enough when I was young.
Which is funny because when I look at your top five,
It's littered with
it's
the other.
it's 3 Powerslaves, A Peace of Mind, and then you got Run to the Hills as your fifth.
Really like Run of the Prisoners, great. Children of the Damned is a sleeper.
Children of the Damned is really, really good.
Yeah. Invader. Like and then the song Number the Beast. It's almost like Smells Like Teen Spirit for me, right? Like
Yeah,
you've
me
heard
too.
it so much, but
Run to the Hills like that for me too.
it's a great tune. Great couple tunes there.
Invaders might be the one song that I don't really love.
It's a bit weird. It's like a fucking Rocky Horror
Oh, yeah.
Picture Show or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's like
strong
a dinner theater.
I think that's
fucking
the
something.
weakest opening track of the 3.
Easy.
Where are you guys on Gangland?
Don't like Gangland.
So there was an alternate release, hey?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the harmonized guitars on that song. I think it's fucking amazing.
My note on Gangland was terrible tune but incredible drumming.
Yes.
But there was a 1998 a CD reissue and also a 2022 vinyl reissue of Number of the Beast. They put a B-side called Total Eclipse instead of Gangland. And Total Eclipse was originally a B-side to Run to the Hills. And I listened to Total Eclipse and people love it, and they're like, "Oh, it's way better. That should have been on there." I listened to Total Eclipse. I think it's way worse than Gangland.
Oh, really?
But that's my.
Well, what's your favorite
that's
then?
album?
Yep.
Peace of Mind.
Peace of Mind. All right.
Yeah, Peace of Mind. I listened to that more than the other two, and I think there is on Peace of Mind right from. Well, I think for me, Peace of Mind doesn't have a bad song on it, and I think it's the only one of the 3 that doesn't have a song that I don't like. Like you can play any of those songs, and I'm into it.
Like you said, no wrong answers.
No wrong answers.
Right?
What I didn't realize is a Peace of Mind. You always think of Maiden as like long, epic songs.
They're shorter.
It's 9 songs. It's 45 minutes.
Yeah, they're shorter.
Number of the Beast is 39 minutes.
It's a tight little album. Yeah.
And then, then they start getting a little bit lengthier. But again, Powerslave is 51 minutes, but almost 14 of that is one song.
That's true.
So
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is lengthy. What about you?
I was Powerslave as of this morning,
Yep.
and I'm leaning towards Peace of Mind now.
I was Powerslave 15 minutes ago, so
15 minutes.
I could have picked any of these.
Because I listened to them all again today when I got home, and Peace of Mind was the one that stuck out.
All right.
I do like Powerslave because it's got some cool shit that they didn't do before. They do those single note riffs, which are heavier riffs, which they didn't do on the previous albums. So it's, yeah, I'd say Powerslave this morning, Peace of Mind as of an hour ago.
Yeah.
Revelations. The Trooper.
Well, what's everyone's number one song then?
Mine was Hallowed Be Thy Name. Morrow's was Hallowed Be Thy Name.
That's on my list, but I think I'd go with the Trooper.
Yeah, yours is Trooper.
What about you, Carl?
Cecil.
It's all, they're all the
An
same.
hour ago, he said 2 minutes to midnight.
2 minutes to
minutes
midnight.
is so good.
2 minutes to midnight. That I can't get that. It's like an earworm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I
fucking
can't get that riff
unreal.
out of my fucking head.
It's a great riff.
It is a
It's-
great riff.
It's you can't. It's just that little bend in there. You just can't replicate it unless you're fucking
That's awesome.
a band you saw.
What was that?
Morrow,
I got the sound effects.
you got a new toy? way to bring
I didn't think it was. I don't know.
way to bring that in an hour and a half into
That
the
was
show.
weird timing. Why don't you bring in the bike bell?
I'm out of practice, man.
What? Let me ask you this:
Yep.
global record sales.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of their albums is the highest selling?
That's a toughie.
Live After Death.
Sorry,
No,
studio
it's-
albums.
No, it's not. Fuck, I know this because it was.
I-
It's 20 million copies, and which one is it?
It's none. It's neither of these. None of these three. It's probably.
You might have looked at maybe, and that's the thing and maybe this is a stupid question because I've got nothing on here that's 20 million.
Is it
copies.
Seventh Son?
No.
There was one that was 20 million
Global record sales,
global.
album sales.
Somewhere in Time?
No, Number of the Beast.
Was Number of the Beast, eh?
Number of the Beast, then Peace of Mind, then Powerslave.
What do you have there?
I've got Number of the Beast at 8.33 million.
Well, that's interesting because I looked at different sources.
Oh, hey, while you're looking
Yeah,
that
Number
up,
of the Beast, and Fear of the Dark, then Peace of Mind, and Powerslave.
yeah. See, I got different. You know what? I shouldn't have brought it up.
None of this shit.
I've
you
complained
never know
about
where to go.
album sales figures before, and
They
I
don't
should have
make
learned
any
my
sense.
lesson.
It's streams now. You can't.
Did you know that To Tame a Land was originally supposed to be called Dune? Because it's a song written after the novel, but the fucking author wouldn't let him use it.
It's kind of a jerk move.
Yeah. So the dude, what's his name? Frank Herbert, through his agent, they sent out what they called the tersely worded refusal, which amongst other things stated Frank Herbert doesn't like rock bands, particularly heavy rock bands, and especially heavy rock bands like Iron Maiden. What a dick.
Wow. And especially you clowns.
Yeah.
Where?
The name
I got
of-
a question for you because you're a metal fan and a rock fan, and I would
thought
say,
we all were.
well, no, this one's specifically for you
Okay, good.
because you're a huge Maiden fan,
Well,
and I'm
not a huge Maiden fan. I'm a huge 3-album Maiden fan.
so where do they fit on your list of favorite bands?
Favorite bands? Favorite metal bands?
Yeah, let's just
top
say
10.
metal. Top 10.
Yeah, they're top 10. Like I listened to. It was actually a good exercise because I generally in my mind I was like I don't like, out of the 3, Powerslave would be my least favorite. But after doing this, I really enjoyed it more than I used to. I found, I don't know, I didn't find Powerslave to be nearly as good as Peace of Mind for many, many years. I still don't think it is, but it's really good. One thing that did change my mind, and I know it's a shorter song, but I'll put Lost for Words up there with, and I'm not an instrumental
I
guy.
was going to bring that up.
I would put that up there with like Orion,
Orion? Yeah, I was going to say.
you know?
Lost for Words is tremendous.
It really is. And I'm not, like I said, you know how I feel about instrumentals. And back
Lukewarm at best.
lukewarm indeed. And I used to, when I had the CD, I used to skip it.
Really?
Yeah. I'd listen to the C and I'd get to Lost for Words and I fuck that. I don't like.
You wanted more Bruce.
You want a little more Bruce, eh?
You can't have too much Bruce. Well, yeah, you can. But yeah. Anyway, so now I'm going through. I'm listening to it, and I was like, wait a minute, like, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It really is.
I just found it funny because I never knew about the song, and I'm driving home like, the fuck is this song?
I was waiting for the singing to start.
Yeah.
I was like, is this going to be a 12-minute song?
I look at my screen on my truck and it says "Lost for Words." And I had a little chuckle. Great name for an instrumental.
Great name,
It is.
and it's as good an instrumental as we've ever covered. I would say
100%
on this show. So
What about you? Like, where does Maiden fit in your
It's
metal?
you're not a metal guy, though, are you?
You guys like metal more than I do, for sure. I appreciate metal, so in that case, Iron Maiden's definitely in my top 10. I think they're really good. I felt like we just almost missed the boat. I was a little too young to appreciate them when they were in their heyday, and by the time I was like listening to a lot of music, they were a little bit they started getting a little
Once you
bit
get into the
cheap.
90s and we're looking at, Guns N' Roses and
Pearl
that
Jam and
hard
stuff.
rock, and then it was grunge and
Right.
post-grunge and all that, yeah.
But I enjoy listening to them again. I think they're really talented musicians, for starters. And brilliant entertainers. Like, their live show was awesome for back in the day. Like, as I said, the Eddie comes out and stuff. Or
Great.
They had a guy in a suit. It was awesome.
Great rock star poses.
It's the best.
Yeah, he's a good front man, and they've got 3 really great guitarists.
Yeah.
Bass player is fantastic. They got a great drum. Like, it is a great band.
I wanted the jean jacket patch so bad. The fucking
Oh, yeah,
filled
dude.
it is perfectly
Yes.
fit the fucking denim in the back.
Yeah.
Maiden. Oh man, I want it.
We should get those.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a banger. You don't see that like when we were kids. Bangers were heavy metal fans.
Yeah, where's all the bangers?
Like there's no people don't know that term now. If you say banger, they're probably thinking like
Gang.
banger.
yeah.
We were kids, bangers, long hair, heavy metal.
So at
Camaros.
the show,
The only time
were
we
at,
see bangers is when we go to the banger show. Yeah, they crawl out of the woodwork, brother.
like
They're
at that show we were
everywhere.
at, there was a few of those jean jackets, but everyone wearing Maiden shirts coming out of the woodwork.
Oh,
It
there was a
incredible.
lot, and it was the
and the 3/4 sleeve. Fucking love those
yeah.
shirts.
Dude, the 3/4 sleeve did make a bit of a comeback, but there was whatever their last tour, because Maiden just rolled through here, and I have regrets, like we should have gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2023, I want to say.
I think it could have been.
They rolled through here, and that would have been great. But again, the problem is they do play a lot of their later stuff that I'm not familiar with, and I generally don't like. But they're on tour right now, and they said they're focusing on, I think they said the first 7 albums or first 8 albums or something like that.
Really? They're touring now.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of research on it just because I knew we were focused on these 3 records. But there's in the Maiden community a lot of outrage so they're trying to play like the hits, like the stuff that people know. And the Maiden fans are bent out of shape. They're like, oh, you should be playing, Flash of the Blade, or you should be playing songs that are lesser known. And so there's this whole thing that's going on online that people are pissed off with the set. But
You know what? You get what you get.
That time's
and you
over.
don't get upset.
you do.
Just go play the hits.
Well, and there is that, but when even if you're focusing on 8 records, and you got to boil that down to one show, and a band that has like these, if they came out and just played these 3 albums,
Oh my God.
I'd be fucking over the moon, right? But everyone would be like, "Where's Wasted Years?" And I'm like, "Wasted Years is a garbage song," but people love it.
They do.
Do you think?
Right?
You think with technology, you could like a band like Iron Maiden could have a concert set up and have an online like vote? What songs you want to hear? Like, and have their sets decided by the fans.
That'd be cool.
Pretty.
You could. You'd have to really rehearse.
You can't
your
control that.
You could. Well,
You'd have some idiot. That's how John Scott got in the fucking All-Star game.
Yeah.
NHL All-Star.
You know what? That's a great point. Yeah, that's when they're going to play.
I guess they could do it a couple weeks ahead of
Some
time.
jackass would figure out how to find the song every Maiden fan hates and get a zillion votes for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you buy your ticket, you get 1 vote.
Morrow's got an incoming phone call. Yeah, I don't know. What do we have some final thoughts? We're way over time. Well, we're not that bad, actually. Anything else? What did we miss?
Let me ask you about the process for this. So I obviously listened to the albums, and then I made the mistake last weekend. I threw the Maiden in on a Saturday morning. It was like 8:30. I'm driving.
You weren't doing housework.
It was too early.
Doesn't work.
It was too early.
I had the same
I
problem.
disagree.
You had the same thing?
Oh man,
Thank you.
It has to be the right time to listen
does.
to them, or you're like, what the fuck?
I disagree with that 100%.
Really?
Yes.
Galloping is a good way to start the day.
I thought it would be. You disagree? You get the shit done in the morning to Maiden?
Dude, I was in my office. I went downstairs at about 7:30 into my office, and I put Peace of Mind on, and he hit it right with Where Eagles Dare.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And I actually didn't listen to side 2 because I had some work to get done, and I no leg kicks, but I do a lot of air guitar, like because there's the gallop, and it's riff-tastic, and you're just in there, and you're like, dug, 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 dug. And I wasn't getting anything done, and I had to focus on some stuff, so I only listened to the one side, and then I was mowing the lawn this afternoon, and then I listened to it on Spotify. So yes, I would say I completely disagree with that statement.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a try again, but it didn't work for me the first time.
But I can do 7 a.m. Sabbath too.
Well, see, you're different. You're just cut from a different cloth than I am.
Dude.
I like metal in the morning. I do.
I'm more of a midday metal
Fucking
guy.
How do you
right,
take your medal?
Oh, I used to fucking get up and just crank the fucking stereo. Just blast the house fucking
dude,
full. Soundgarden. Fucking, that used to be my morning music. My neighbor complained I lived in a duplex.
Oh yeah, that's not ideal, but
Yeah, that's a problem. Me on a Saturday morning at 8.
hey, whatever. I pay my mortgage just like you do.
I found end of the day. After work was perfect.
Yep.
I know. I feel like it's kind of like coffee. You can have it any time of the day.
That's
and
more
I'll
of a
enjoy
come
it.
home and pour yourself a bourbon and listen to a little Maiden type of.
Bourbon and some revelations.
Not so much. If the music itself, it's the vocals. You gotta be in the mood
for
'cause
Bruce.
Bruce is
Fuck, I know. My boy, all of a sudden, he's 14 tomorrow. He's got like starting to get an ear for music. Loves Nirvana. Loves Limp Bizkit. So I was like, here, try this. Played some Maiden. And just, I can't say it. He's derogatory about the singer's voice.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's like, I hate the high singing.
Well, and
hates the high
maybe it's too much Powerslave in the morning. Powerslave in the morning, I find is a tougher listen than the other two records.
Very operatic.
Yeah, I find it does. Like it is a little bit. Yeah, it's.
But you know what would be perfect in the morning?
What?
2 minutes to midnight. Ironically, it's that's a great riff first thing in the morning.
See, as always, you're contradicting yourself.
I'm a complicated man.
You are a complicated man. Yeah.
I'm going to start playing that song every New Year's Eve. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go.
Dude, I love that
song.
It's a good move.
That is a great move, except you'd have to start at 6 minutes before midnight.
well. Would you, or would you just start it?
You just start it 2 minutes before and then cut it.
Yeah, or just let it keep going.
Let it keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 minutes to me, and then you start cracking your champagne and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? You might be onto something there, Cecil. That is
tradition.
not a terrible idea.
New tradition. Starting the Con family.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We got to put on some Maiden.
Fucking right.
You got the live version on there. You just With the needle, just eyeball it, and just drop the needle
You
in
remember
there.
that? trying to catch your song perfectly, right?
Eyeball it.
Fuck.
I don't find it hard to do. It's pretty easy.
Listen to fucking old steady hands there. Dude, when I do that, it looks like I have Parkinson's.
People don't know though. We always talk about like they got access to every song of every band ever.
It's a quick
You used to fucking take a tape recorder and fucking tape records. Like playing a tape recorder in front of a record player, trying to line up that needle. If it wasn't that, I'm recording fucking songs off the radio, and the beginning of every song has a guy, hey, you're listening to CJ92.
When they
We're
changed,
dating ourselves, but the best was when the ghetto blasters, when you could, it was playing and then you could hit fast forward,
Mhm.
and when this
and it would stop
It would
at the end of the
stop.
song. That was unbelievable.
that was insane.
I didn't know
Yeah,
about
well-
that technology.
Yeah,
I
what
didn't
was
know
that?
that
What was
exists.
that called? That was like AutoSeek or something. It was
AutoSeek,
called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had it in my car, and I was like, "What? What is this button?
What is this sorcery?
What?
This is
And then-
unbelievable.
And then it wouldn't work one time. It would just buzz through the next song. Like
I never heard
piece
of that.
shit.
Yeah, piece of crap.
Yeah, if it was playing and you just hit the forward
No
button,
way.
boom, and then it
Yeah.
would stop.
I got that on my cassette player in my garage. Yeah, because I listen to cassettes
That's
there.
awesome.
Would you have it on your Alpine?
The removable deck.
Yeah, everyone needs to have to take their
You always
stereo.
had to into
take
the
it
bar with you. You're walking in with
so
the
no one
Alpine.
steal it.
With
You
the
see a
Kenwood.
bunch of guys with
Seriously.
plates on the tape.
That's right. We had to fucking take your
The full deck.
stereo out
And
of your
that's-
car so
and-
it wouldn't get stolen.
And then remember when they really got the technology and you only had to take the faceplate?
That's what I'm saying.
So then
yeah.
you could put it on the inside of your jacket so no one would know. But
Holy
originally you had
fuck.
to take the whole
yeah.
the whole thing out. It looked like you robbed a bank.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was like you get that from the ATM, except there were no ATMs back then.
Good times, man. The Kenwood faceplate sitting on the.
So
Oh, I
there
gotta grab my
is. It's funny you say that. You can Google this. There is a new Kenwood car stereo in the old format with the buttons, and it looks exactly like a cassette player, except the face folds down, and it's like USB, USB-C. Like it's all new technology, but you can put it in your car. And it looks like the old Kenwood. I'll show it to you.
what the fuck? How does it?
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
That's fucking hilarious. How did that fucking come out of nowhere?
Yeah. But going back to what you're saying, so when talk about dating yourself. So when the format switch came from albums to cassettes, I did it, and then so you had to buy a cassette deck that you'd put into your amplifier and hook it all up, and then you could record your albums like directly, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have to.
Yeah,
It didn't sound like a tin can. It was actually like it was put
No
through
way.
the amplifier. But every one of my albums, I had to record onto cassette, and then you'd play them, in the car, and they'd have the crackle, and everything. Like, and I think I still have a couple of those cassettes somewhere. It's kind of cool, but that's the way
That's cool, man.
you had to do that with all your old records. Because I'm like, oh, dude,
Dude, all this technology back in the day I didn't even know about.
yeah,
Fuck, I wish I had that.
I don't know.
There was I can't remember. It was like CJ92. They had the top 1,000 songs of all time. It was on a long weekend.
I remember that.
3 days long of their top classic rock songs.
And let me guess, Black Dog was number one.
I fucking most of the weekend I played the radio almost the whole weekend with my hand on the cassette waiting for songs and fucking hit the record.
Should have just recorded the whole thing.
It was 3 days though.
Oh, but there's
It was
gonna
like
be some
3 days
Peter
of fucking-
Frampton or
8
some
tapes.
bullshit in
It's like
there.
100 cassettes.
Yeah, you used to have to get the Maxell XL290s. The XL290 was still the best cassette. I don't care what anybody says.
Was that the ceramic one?
No,
You remember the cassette names?
Yeah.
The actual
the ceramic one was bullshit.
I love that one.
It was nice looking, but it wasn't better than the XL290. The black and gold one, that was good. And you can fuck off with your Memorex and all that other stuff. It's Maxell or bust. We're not doing Denons. Don't get cute.
What was the ceramic
You're
one?
getting cute.
Fucking Rain Man here, remembering the
I actually have one here.
Well, the only reason I know that is because I have a cassette deck in my garage and I listen to cassettes.
No.
Yeah.
Wish I had my old cassettes.
I got one too, actually, but I don't use it.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's the JVC. Morrow knows.
Yeah, the JVC.
The JVC is in the garage. And
It's fucking good.
Works like a top.
And I have a cassette case, like the old double-sided cassette case.
No, you could record a
And I
cassette.
and I
Off
play
another
cassettes.
That
Yeah.
was the best for mixtapes.
Yeah. I had a
Remember
little
making
I had some-
mixtapes?
For girls?
Now you do this.
Yeah.
Now you do this. You
just share it.
just go, hey, I'm gonna
Like, no
put
effort.
This song, that song.
No.
No
Before
effort
it'd
there.
be like 2 hours sitting in front of the fucking ghetto blaster.
Right?
I used to love doing that. And then I'd get the good pens and you use your best handwriting, make it look all nice and professional. Oh, dude, it's the best.
I swear to God, I have a mixtape you made for me.
100% I did.
And I got a box in the laundry room because I was going through some shit the other day. We got to look at that.
We're doing that.
You had the penmanship.
I did.
It was like, what the fuck, man?
I used to sit there. Rick used to come over, and we would be like, okay, we're gonna create a mixtape, and we'd create and we'd write it all out. Oh yeah, everything would look like fucking perfect, nice block letters.
Just draw a little dick and balls in there.
And then
Yeah, right on your forehead, dude. Traced it.
Traced.
well,
Yeah.
I think we've had enough of that.
All right. Well, I guess. Yeah. What's
That was fun.
All right. Well, that was Iron Maiden. That was. We'll figure out what the next one is going to be. We're going to do, I would say, one more episode before summer holidays and stuff. So we'll just. I'm going to end it just saying the sands of time for us are running low, gentlemen.
Yes, they are.
So make sure you tell everyone about Picks and Sticks, and also if you've got some ideas of what a great, a band that's got a really great 3-album run, consecutive run, send it to us. It's picksandstickspodcast@gmail.com. Hit us at Twitter, Picks and Sticks 2. We're on Instagram, Picks and Sticks Podcast. Yeah, you know what? Thanks for listening, and until next time.
See ya!
Do you have one sound effect? That's it? He's got the longer one. You got nothing but car crashes. That was amazing.
That was hilarious.